am Jonathan. I remember to unmute you this time.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
How are you today, sir?
I'm good. I was going to cancel on you. I couldn't find my glasses.
Yeah, you did look kind of weird when I first got here. I will admit.
What does that mean?
It's because I've seen you for my entire life.
And I was going to do the show without them.
I know.
And then you made me self-conscious.
I really was hoping you would have backed out, but I mean, that's just me.
Damn.
I'm kidding, John. John, I haven't seen you without glasses in like 20 years.
No, that's why I was trying to find them.
Like, I'm kidding. But anyway, besides that, how are you?
To look for your glasses when you don't have your glasses on. It's fucking impossible. Really hard.
How are you feeling today, buddy?
I'm good aside from that.
Aside from that, you're feeling good?
Yeah, 3-day weekend. Why not?
Oh, because you get Martin Luther King off, right?
So do you.
I do not. I get to go to work. I get to go to work.
Yeah.
That sucks. But anyways, we have two guests today. Two amazingly talented ladies here with us tonight. I'll let them introduce themselves one at a time, please.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Rachel. I'm an actress and a makeup artist and a major chiller, most of all.
That's awesome.
I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, yeah.
She was anti-chill.
Yeah, there's no chill mode right now. This is just all excitement and energy is what this is.
Chill meaning like cool, but in terms of like calmness, yeah, no, on 10.
Okay, cool. And we have a returning guest as well. She's been here a couple times, or one time.
Yep, Sarah Kopp. I am an actor, screenwriter, producer, singer, painter, doer of too many things, and taker on of all the stress.
And a mother.
Yeah, and a mom
on
too.
top of all that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And John's a father as well. You're not a mother yet, right?
No. I had a couple ferrets back in the day.
Oh, okay.
You totally seem like a ferret person. That seems on brand. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
just kidding, I am.
How are you doing, Sarah? Let's start with you. How do you feel today?
Today I'm feeling pretty good. I'm working on that screenplay. I'm really freaking proud of that. Can't talk too much about it yet because I don't want anyone stealing my ideas.
Of course not.
But yeah, really excited to be writing some comedy, taking some classes, doing that. I did just have a music video that I worked on get released.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a really interesting video to work on. I was cast in it, and basically the concept behind it was I ride on a train and I look 2 seconds away from having an emotional breakdown. I don't have an emotional breakdown.
But you look like it.
But I look like it. And I sit there for 3.5 minutes looking like I'm having an emotional breakdown. So basically after that, I came home and I watched Up because all of those pent up tears couldn't just sit there. You have to. If they're just sitting there for too long, you will end up with a terrible migraine.
Holy crap.
Really? I feel like how you probably look in that music video is how I look on the L at like 2 a.m.
What are you doing on the L at 2
in the morning?
Going home. Trying not to have an emotional breakdown.
You should be trying not to get mugged on the L.
That's definitely part of the stress.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I hope you're at least on the good train. You're on the blue line, which is a little safer.
Either way, if you got a car, you're going to get jacked. So, I mean, maybe the train is the way to go.
So I give it up to God.
Yes.
Rachel, how are you today, madam? Besides very energetic.
Yeah, that's, awesome. All day, every day. Well, actually, it's funny because I was going to say I woke up so groggy and tired. I woke up like, when you wake up and you're like,
I'm going to cancel on these guys. I'm not going to be on the podcast
Seriously. Today. No, for real. I was like, how can I talk? How can I be lively? It was just not in my cards. But then I got up. I had a little fun, did a little thing. Now I feel good.
Awesome. Awesome. So you girls are both actresses, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where one at a time, and let's obviously maybe let's let Rachel go because she hasn't been here before.
Oh yeah.
Where did it start? What made you want to do it? Where'd you go to study? We'll talk. We'll briefly touch on that, but I'll let you talk for a few minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, for sure. So I guess when I was 18 years old, I left my parents' house with a dream and $5 in my pocket.
Sounds like The Rock's story.
It's simple, yeah.
Sounds like every actor's story.
That's why his company's called $5 Productions.
Boom.
It is. It's called $5 Productions.
Easy
say that $5
because he left with $5 in his pocket.
Boom. So did Madonna. So did.
That's true.
But anyway, so yeah, I guess I moved out. I went to college for a semester, and I was like, this is awful, not what I want to do, and not spend money to do it, like go into debt for the rest of my life to do it, like sounds dumb. So I dropped out. I started interning at an acting studio, and taking classes, and then auditioning, and then I got a Lifetime Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which is so crazy because I didn't even know that it was gonna be that until I got there, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, it's like we'll probably sell to Lifetime or Hallmark," and I was like, I thought this was just like a short film. Like,
no, this is not.
I didn't know it was.
This is gonna be on legitimate on TV and the whole 9 yards.
All right, okay, I would have self-tanned before this. But anyway, so. Yeah, that was kind of that. And then pandemic hit, blah, blah, blah. I literally got back like a week before the pandemic hit. It was crazy. I was gone in Minnesota for a month when it was like negative 20 degrees out in February.
Shit.
Jeez.
No car. I was in a hotel. I was stuck in a hotel. And I couldn't leave anywhere because the only thing around us was a Perkins. Is that what they call it? That one diner in Minnesota?
They call them Denny's over here. I don't know.
Denny's.
Is there like a Denny's kind of thing?
A McDonald's and a Walgreens.
That's all you need to survive.
Yeah,
that's all you need
like
to
it
survive.
happens to
I
me.
mean, and I did.
We're talking survival, right?
Yeah.
Just eat, shit, sleep, and maybe some
don't
medicine
do
if you
that.
need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I literally lived off of like cans of peas and like microwavable mashed potatoes.
Okay, that doesn't sound like heaven.
Doesn't sound
It was
appetizing,
crazy,
right?
like in my hotel room because I couldn't leave. It was like a weird thing. And then right when I came back, quarantine started. So I was like, okay. And then yeah, acting kind of slowed down. So I started. I graduated from makeup school in like 2019, and then I started picking makeup back up and started making TikToks, and those have been doing really well. So I started YouTube, and now I'm a makeup girl.
Nice. That's pretty cool. John, you're very
What?
I don't want to say active, but you watch a lot of the TikTok,
Yeah, that's where I get my news from.
and that's where and this is why your 90% of your stuff is inaccurate. But okay, nonetheless,
But it's entertaining.
Yeah.
it is, and it's
Sure
funny when
is.
people look at because he be sending me some stuff, and I'm just like, this isn't funny.
Oh,
and
it's
he's
hilarious.
dying.
You
He's
just got a
dying of
fucking
laughter.
Terrible
But
sense of humor.
Is he is he that sends you a million TikToks guy?
oh my, not a million,
no.
not a million.
I have a couple
Not a
friends like
million
that.
at all. I don't
Noel.
even think he's gotten to a million at all. He's probably never gonna get there. But the fact is that he sends them to me, and in the first part, like I couldn't even open them at one point. And I'm like, you're sending me stuff I can't see. And then when I go to see it, when I finally get it to work, and I'm watching it, I'm like, I guess it's funny.
You don't
I guess.
LOL.
Okay, who has TikTok here?
Not I.
I don't either.
Not I, McFly.
Really?
I
I do not.
I need help. Please. Well, duh.
We've been
but-
telling you this for a few years. I'm kidding.
I know.
kidding.
I'm getting
I mean,
around to that
I'm
kind of
kidding.
help. But you can help me with this right here.
Okay, gotcha.
What the fuck is TikTok? Okay, like I know it's a thing. I know it's videos. I think they're like shorter videos, but I literally can't get TikTok because my 10-year-old wants it so badly, but we share an Apple account. So if I get it, they'll have it. And from what I've heard, not the most appropriate for 10-year-olds.
Oh no.
So
I mean, there has been some pretty bad stuff on there.
Yeah, so I can't use TikTok. So
Yeah.
I need you to give me information about what this actually is.
Where do we start?
They're like
when you gotta-
short random videos.
Yeah, they are.
I mean-
It's like-
but a lot of it's pretty dumb. Not dumb. I get the
mean,
entertainment part. Like put it like this. Like the one that I constantly click on, which is pretty stupid, is like the girls the one that the girls do that's the big bank thingy. That they say I got a small waist, pretty face,
Oh.
whatever.
Yeah, of
So
course
whatever.
you're on that side of TikTok.
You know what's
the
funny?
thirst
No,
traps.
hold on.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Hold on,
What
here's
is
the funny
that?
one.
Yeah,
Because I don't even
exactly.
I find the ones that are funnier when like their boyfriends pop in or whatever, or it's something like completely opposite of what you
Yeah.
think it's gonna be. Those are freaking funny. Like those are the ones I like to watch because that's funny because like you don't expect it. But like, I mean, the whole thing is a bunch of videos of entertainment of what's gonna grab attention. But this is when it becomes again the whole battle of the sexist thing. Women will always have that play, and it's the beauty about being a woman in a sense. You can have an audience of men because men will always watch you. I think it's harder for men.
You are underestimating
Men?
the support and undying loyalty of a teenage girl.
Oh,
You heard of BTS? You heard
Yeah.
of Justin Bieber?
oh my God.
Talk about women fans.
Yeah.
All my fans are women.
Actually, you know what? To speak about that for a second, I don't know if you saw this. A couple years ago, they had a video, a YouTube series, whatever. It's like one of their specialty shows, and it was about the old NSYNC manager guy. You remember who that was? Remember that? You know that group, right? The boy group. But then the guy who was the manager of them was like robbing them fucking blind.
Oh, yeah, dude. Does. TLC, all those bands.
Oh, but I mean, he was literally like, they like 4 of the band members were there. We're talking about it. And so it was like Backstreet Boys and whatever. And they were like that they sold millions upon millions of albums. And when they got their first check, it was like 10 grand.
In a skew. Yeah.
It was like $10,000 and they were selling millions. Like this dude went to jail. He ended up going to jail and then I think he died in jail or whatever. But like, it's crazy because like, and all they show is a bunch of young girls that were following these boy bands, right? Like my sister was one of them. My sister was in love with NSYNC. Like she was fucking in love with NSYNC, you know? But it's funny how you can follow a trend so bad. I think that's where TikTok kind of came in. You know, everything becomes a trend. You start to follow it. Like John follows it all the time.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? No, unlock your phone for me real quick.
No thanks.
No thanks?
No.
Anyways, back to you. So you do you do TikTok and you said you do makeup and you do what else?
I focus on makeup education and makeup education. What else do you need? I post a thirst trap every now and then. I mean, why not have fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I need to say this about TikTok because I'm itching in my boots. There are sides to TikTok. You can be on different sides to TikTok, and that's the beauty of it, is there is something for everybody. Every niche, every hyper individual thing you could think of, there's a side of TikTok for you. And it's not just stupid videos. There is so much information, arguably too much information for everybody to intake, but you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot.
I will say it does get addictive.
I said that's where I get super my addictive news from.
Yeah.
Did you hear how she said niche?
Yes.
Niche?
Yes.
Niche.
Oh, I'm sorry. I say it wrong. I say niche.
You said different? Niche.
I said niche too before. I've said I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize for my shoddy grammar. I will say it's fucking addictive because you know how like nowadays like, you know, Twitter kind of, not Twitter, what's the other one? Snapchat kind of has the same kind of deal where like short videos, even YouTube has short videos now or whatever. Like, you know how the algorithm kind of catches what the fuck you're looking for? So like if you look up for, like I looked up Alaskan Huskies, for example, right? And then all of a sudden I started getting all these short videos about Alaskan Huskies and how drama queens they are or whatever. And it's fucking hilarious and it's fucking cute as fuck. And it's like, I don't know. And it caught me because now I constantly, every time I see one, I click on it and I click on it. And I don't even know that I'm doing it. It's like a fucking drug. Yeah. You know? Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
There's a dark side to it for sure.
It's almost like there's gonna be YouTube specials about this one day about the withdrawal from TikTok.
So our whole point is get it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We went on a rant about this.
Install it and
I think if I were to get it, my 10-year-old would just look at me and be like, I'd make one video and they'd be like, that is so cringe. Why are you doing that? I mean, that is so embarrassing. Take that down.
Anything you do as a parent is going to be cringe.
I mean, your kids hate our videos.
Oh, yeah.
They fucking hate our videos. They hate it because we curse a lot, but still, nonetheless.
Really? Are they're good kids?
They're great kids. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're
no, they're good.
They're really see, I was trying to give them some credit over here. I'm just saying. I'm on your side, kids. I'm on your side.
No, I love my kids. Of course. They're great.
But nonetheless,
no sarcasm.
Let's wind back to the acting thing. So where'd you go study first?
I studied at the Chicago Actors Studio.
Oh shit, I heard that place is great. Nothing but good things.
Oh damn, you mean like that? Like
5 stars.
I got the whole sound effect board over here and everything.
No, I mean like have y'all talked about?
Well, we've mentioned it because a lot of the people that have been here have gone there.
Right.
So like you, Sarah, me,
Gloria,
Emma, Gloria,
right?
They've all, Ulysses was there before too. So like we've all gone there at one point or another. I mean, again, okay.
Do you like talk? Can we swear?
Of course you can.
Do you like talk shit or
I mean,
what's that?
I don't necessarily talk shit.
Okay.
I speak facts and what I observed. Okay, there's a difference. There's a difference between talking shit and actually saying what you
facts.
saw.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? There's a difference.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Now you can take it however you want to take it. That's up to you. That's your opinion. I mean, again, I respect your opinion. If you think it's the greatest thing in the world,
my opinion.
That's the reason. That's what it's called.
Wow.
I love that people have different opinions. I'm only going to say what I experienced.
Boom.
Now, my experiences in the Chicago Actors Studio were kind of 50-50. Okay, I'm not going to say it's a complete waste of time and money. It wasn't, because I picked up some good stuff, right? Sure. I also notice some bad things, but that's with everything. You know, someone's going to come here and sit on my podcast and say, yeah, there was good things and then there was bad things. Of course, that's what's going to happen. You can't cater to everyone.
Exactly.
But there are some things, in my opinion, that are just like maintenance things. And I'm like, you should just take care of this. Like, I remember there was like fucking some ceiling tiles that are like, look like they're about to fall on your head. And I'm like,
yeah.
Like, really? You know, like,
what is this? Standing right under it.
What is this? What does this cost? I mean, just.
I got a lot.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, we won't go into too much dirt, but I mean, again, let's talk about the good things that we got from them. Let's start there.
Family vibe.
Family vibe.
You really feel part of a community.
Hold on. Time out. Time out. I wish I had the. I wish I had like something. I don't know. Family vibe. I'm going to comment on this. This is going to be another, and you may agree, disagree. This is another gender thing, in my opinion, because it wasn't like that for me. Now, mind you, I'm a guy, and I saw a lot of favoritism towards women, and that's okay if that's the case. But it's hard for me to say family there because I didn't experience it.
You know what? You are really unlocking something in my brain right now.
It's facts.
I never thought about that.
That's facts.
I'm sure it was plain to see.
Yeah.
Oh,
how many
trauma block?
And again, it's not to blast them completely, and it is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm having realization.
But to be real, I mean, again, I learned a lot of stuff. I had a lot of classes with Lord, and he's the only teacher I had there. I learned a lot from him. He's a good dude. But then again, I saw things that to me were incorrect. You know, especially from people that run it or whatever. And that's just me. I mean, if they're doing what they want to do to run their business, who am I to tell them not to? This is just my morale against theirs. And this is what I thought was inappropriate. Like, I wouldn't do that if I'm running a business. You know what I'm saying?
You have morale?
Yes. Morals.
Just pick that up.
I'm just saying, I mean, that's just me. Again, so I agree with you. I think when, depending on who you are, I would agree and say, yes, there is a family atmosphere.
Yeah. I think you came. When did you start going there?
I don't remember. Maybe like 4 years ago. I only went there for like maybe a year.
Okay.
And then I got out.
Because I don't know. I noticed like a cycle at that place where people come in waves and they have like these really tight bonds, and then they kind of leave, and then more people come, and people have even talked about it. But I think you came right when the wave was starting to dismantle.
Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. I mean, again, I won't say again. I'm pretty sure you have amazing memories from there, stuff that you did. It was awesome.
I'm in your boat. I'm in your boat for sure. I think I was just really young and naive at the time, so I have a hard time kind of gauging my own opinion on it.
Sarah, you were there as well.
That I was. And I was not that young when I started there.
Sarah could see.
I do have this hilarious memory of actually both of us when we were there spending our...
Wait, let me guess. I know you guys were both... Well, you guys were both working on that talk show that they had, right? What was it called?
Late Night Chicago.
Late Night Chicago. This isn't a memory from that, funny enough. We were both interns.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first day interning was with you.
Oh, seriously? I forgot about that.
We were setting up Christmas lights.
Oh, that's right. I decided to be an overachiever and take notes on how to do Christmas lights, because that's just how I function. Don't question it, okay?
And I was right there. I was like, you go, girl, like sitting watching her do it.
That's awesome.
But, okay, I remember one day that we literally spent hours cleaning this freaking carpet that Ed brought in.
Oh, yeah, the pee carpet.
The pee carpet. It smelled like pee. It had smelled like pee. We spent hours like going back and forth cleaning this fucking carpet.
Get out of here.
He brings in this rug. Ed was always bringing in like the most random things, and that would just kind of set the theme of the day. Like, what was today going to be about? So he brings in this carpet, and it literally smells like it was doused in urine. And like maybe a dead animal was rolled up into it, and he's like, you got to clean it. And we're like, okay, mind you, there's no vacuum, so you have to start out by literally sweeping the carpet with a broom.
That's crazy.
I swept the carpet every day.
The hours that were put into that carpet alone.
Pee carpet.
I know, pee carpet.
That sounds absolutely awful.
We're taking this beaten down carpet cleaner, like water vacuum, and it's just doing nothing. And
No.
we're putting our heart and soul into this.
It did not help a damn bit.
No. So I'm crying and I'm like, I'll just buy you a new carpet. Like, I don't care at this point. Like, it smells like pee. Everyone was trying to get rid of it.
That's what we call a red flag.
The rug was red.
Before we continue talking about the pea carpet, I'm going to apologize to the audience and to Sarah because your camera was off. I just started it again, but your audio's there. I will somehow make this work. I promise you, and I will make it up to you.
You better.
But
Things
it
that
is
don't
recording
upset
right now.
me. I'm sure I made like 20 weird faces, and I'll just stare at it for a second.
I'm
now to
sorry.
make
I
up for it.
apologize. Again, this
I'm
is a new
only talking to
studio.
the camera.
We're still very getting used to this.
We're gonna give her like 10 interrupted minutes.
Yes, we will.
Uninterrupted.
But let's
Yeah,
continue.
just like-
Let's continue with the pea carpet for 1 second, and I'm going to add on that because I remember the very first day I went to the
You
Chicago
were the one
Art-
that peed on that carpet.
No, I was not.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, can you just double check my camera real quick? So I walk into the studio, right? I got there early, like a nice little student, right? And I sit in that little corner around the corner thingy where they have the vending machine that's probably never been used or ever been filled with vending
I
stuff.
filled that vending machine.
Did you? Okay. And I'm just there. I'm just waiting. Whatever. I'm sitting on the couch that looks like it's seen better days. And this little mouse or rat, whatever it was, it literally comes out. It stands right in front of me and it looks at me and he's probably thinking like, damn, bro, you look new. Where the hell are you from? Better get used to this shit. And then he just runs off. And I'm like, what the hell?
He's part of the family.
He's part of the family. He's part of the family.
I've got something to add with that.
Go ahead.
I had just started there, and I was only like a few days in, and they actually leave me alone for a while in the studio. I'm like, okay, I'm here by myself. They're like, okay, clean up the kitchen. I'm like, I got this. I will clean the hell out of this kitchen because I am an overachiever.
Overachiever, got it.
I open up something, and there is a dead mouse. Not just a dead mouse, like almost fossilized dead mouse. No. Mind you, I'm alone, so obviously
Jurassic Park
I like
fossil?
scream. I'm like, and I'm like, okay, I've got to clean up this mouse. I am an overachiever. I'm going to clean up this fucking mouse. I'm going to get this fucking mouse. So
There's
I
no way.
I grab a bag. And I'm like, I'm at this. I got this. I
Did you
got
do
this.
the whole
I'm
I
a
pick up
strong,
poop?
independent woman. No, I can't. So this went on for 10 minutes of me psyching myself up, just trying to get myself to pick up this dead mouse, and then calling my husband for moral support, just being like, can you tell me I can do this? Just tell me I can freaking do this. Until somebody
should be telling you, why are you doing this? Like, this is not your job.
Get the hell out.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
Run. You should do what that rat couldn't do and get out.
Yeah, but until
He
finally
was
someone
trying.
came
Great
and
movie, by the way.
I didn't have to touch it, thank God.
I mean, again, and we find it funny, right? This is just all for jokes and whatever. But still, I mean, everybody can have a rat problem. Let's stop overreacting and saying this was a huge thing. Everybody can have a rat problem.
Of course.
Or a mouse problem. That's nothing uncommon. And look in your alley. Look in the alley how many rats you see running around. It's a fucking, like, literally, they look like those old cars that were on a track and they're just doing this all crazy. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. So getting one is not necessarily rare per se, but when you have multiple ones and it's a thing and you're not, put it like this. If your front door doesn't close all the way and you have rats, then you should be fixing the door. You know what I'm saying? Because that's probably where they're coming. That too. Let's not injure anybody. Have the roof cave in on people. I'm just saying. Again, maintenance was a big thing there, and again, I hope that they fix their problems and whatever. I wish them the very best.
You just
I haven't been
probably
there
took
in years.
business away from him.
In a way, maybe we gave him good business. I don't know. By the way, he did come at me one day too. I don't know if I told you. He wrote a pretty big comment on one of the videos one time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
We'll get ready for another one.
It's okay. No big deal. He can come over here and sit down and we can have a conversation about it.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would.
And that's
I would
okay.
like to be there as well.
It's okay. So you went there. Did you study with did you guys study with Lorden or Ed or?
Lorden wasn't there when I was. I studied first with Mary Beth.
I don't even know who that is.
She is my angel. I literally love her so much. Like, she was such a good first acting teacher because she really just, like, saw something in me and was so gentle with her approach. Like, taught me how to breathe. Like I never knew that I was breathing wrong until she came along. Love her. And then I moved with Ed, which is it is like a boot camp experience. Like you really kind of, just the experience there in itself is like you learn how to act.
And that's what you want, right? That's what we want. We want to learn how to act, right? Sarah, your experiences there.
Started with Ed and stayed with Ed the entire time, through all 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had a lot of acting experience even prior to going in. Like I had studied musical theater, but I wanted to start out at the very beginning because my mentality was if I can get into an advanced class somewhere, I don't want to be taking class there, if that makes sense, because I don't want to consider myself someone that advanced. I want there to be people that are training me and people that are there learning also that are better than me for me to learn from.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wanted to start out absolute basics.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So then what were you guys' like first projects? Like, did you guys go do student films? Did you guys go do short films? Did you guys just get booked on Chicago PD right off the bat? Did you get a star? Did you get a star role the very first? No, it took me like 20 auditions to fucking.
Did you go in thinking it was going to be a short film and then it ended up being a feature film on Lifetime? Yeah,
it happens. Okay,
apparently it does. Yeah.
I wish that would happen to me. Yeah, Lee. So I'll let you guys go ahead. What did you guys? What was your first project?
Oh man, first project was in college. Okay. For me, like just a short film that I did in college.
You were in college.
Yeah, when I was in college.
Were you already acting at the time, or this was just a regular college class?
I was already acting at the time.
Okay, cool.
Since that's what I was studying acting in college.
Duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Hello.
So
I was just studying the whole thing.
Yeah, it was my first project. That was so long ago. I literally don't remember it. But I did, when I was about 18 or 19, star in a film that was showed at Black Harvest Film Festival.
Okay.
So that was cool.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you met him?
Madame. Thank you, sir. My first... Sorry, have you ever noticed these soft boxes look like Mickey Mouse, like with the 2 ears? And the...
You know what? I never thought of it. And there it is.
So much.
You are so distracted.
Anyway, sorry. I know. I'm like, I'm used to being on TikTok 24/7. Like, what do you think? What were we talking about? My first thing. It was a film. It was a short film called "Do Not Eat." I had to go all the way to Indiana and stay at a hotel for this unpaid short film. Like, why I did that, I really don't know.
Well, we all have those stories. We all have those.
You know what? This could be a funny story. And it was. It was a film about...
Did you not eat?
No, then I had a Cracker Barrel right next door, so I...
She ate.
She ate good.
Yeah. So basically it's about like this young kid is like, his dad died and he's trying to take the bus to the lake to spread his ashes. And then he runs into me, the little scrappy girl from the street with a black eye. And I kind of rock his world. No, but I take him
Took him on a date?
I took him to the lake to spread his father's ashes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Except it wasn't his ashes. It was actually the plot twist was it was his fingernails and hair in the oatmeal container. So it still doesn't really make sense to me. But you know what?
Footage. It's real.
I was in it.
It's real.
I don't.
It's so funny. Like I'm like I have to like hold a gun up to this my like abusive ex-boyfriend's back and I'm like telling him to leave. And I'm like, I call it my Robert De Niro face where I'm like, I always like act like this. I do that.
Did he know you were going to the lake? How did he?
He like tracked me. There's a whole like montage scene where like we're running throughout downtown Indiana and we're like, you know,
Indiana has a downtown?
Yeah, it's weird.
Were you in Indianapolis, you said? Mm-hmm. Well, that's basically their biggest city.
I guess.
It's the place to be.
That's where we did. I did a short film out there too.
Really?
Yeah, that was a pretty far drive, like a 5-hour drive.
Let me guess. Concrete Rose.
No, it wasn't Concrete Rose. Concrete Rose was in South Bend, Indiana. I had another one down in I forgot what it was called. Crap. I probably should remember these things. But I haven't seen it actually. So, anyways, so what do you guys struggle with in acting? Like, what do you think you need to work on? Like, what's your biggest, like, the one thing that gets you nervous that, like, maybe I need to do this better or change
Your
this
gripe.
or whatever? Your gripe. There you go.
You're
I
right.
got a lot of gripes right now.
So one at a time, ladies.
Let's see. For me, the thing I definitely need to work on, I can write comedy. I am a great comedy writer, but I cannot do comedic improv. And I also just am not good with comedic timing when someone else has written it.
Okay, I can see
Yeah.
that because I agree. I'm in your boat because I'm not. I refuse to be on a comedy. You know what I'm saying?
I accidentally touched a button.
You're fine. You're fine. You're good. You're fine. You're fine.
I just
Don't worry
want to
about
make sure I
it.
didn't
Don't worry
turn
about it. You're
anything
fine.
off.
No, you're fine.
Sorry.
You're fine.
So sorry. Continue.
The headphones have Bluetooth, but that's not on, so don't worry about it. What was I saying? Oh,
Comedy.
I can't do a comedy film to save my life. The funny thing is I have a friend.
funny. Not funny.
And then the funny thing is I have a friend who wants me to audition for a short film, and it's a fucking comedy, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna do it because I'll do it, but I'm not funny like that.
Really?
Like I can be like quick witted funny, but like
Right.
physically funny. And
Yeah,
like I'm
he's
not a
made
Jim
me
Carrey.
Funny. He's made me laugh by saying something, not necessarily like he's not the Kramer type.
Yeah,
he's
right.
not gonna
Right.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
like
Fall
the
down a
physical
flight of
comedy.
stairs.
Jim Carrey's
Like-
fucking funny.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
nowhere
More
near
of a
Jim
nuance.
Carrey. Like I'm more of the serious
wit.
actor. But
Quick
when it comes
wit.
to comedy, yeah, I'll say a good joke here or there, but that's about
Got
it.
you.
Like that's not my MO. Madam, what do you struggle with?
Well, I struggle with a lot, but just to comment on that, I feel like I have the opposite problem. Like I can't do. I always make dramas funny. Like I always have to do it like. You know,
It's because you have too
I
much
can see-
energy. You have
Yeah.
a lot of
I'm
energy,
like, and
woman.
he killed him. Like, come on.
I am going to call that out as a bold-faced fucking lie. I am hard calling that out. Yes, I have seen you do drama before. And
When?
at the studio. You literally were handed a script that was a dramatic script, and
Talking
you
to the mic,
got
talking to the mic.
you literally got yourself into fucking tears through a first initial read through. It was nuts. Like there you were, like screaming, crying, like just physically upset. And it's your first time reading the fucking thing. You can do drama. I do not. I am not letting you. Yeah.
I just
Thank you.
in meeting her 25-30 minutes ago, she looks like she could be an actor in a scary movie, parody kind of.
I get
Yeah,
a lot of
she
those
has that
auditions.
vibe.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's not insulting, is it?
No,
I'm sure you
I'm
can do
aware
it.
of how I
She
come
will.
off, and
Parody.
Okay.
I love that energy.
Before we continue, what were you trying to tell me about the camera?
So you need less faces around you because the camera's tracking.
I'm not worried about that.
Bob's
That's fine.
Burgers and that guy back
That's okay.
there.
That's okay. That's fine. 'Cause
Alright.
over here it's tracking.
Burgers.
Over here it's tracking Arnold too. So don't worry about it.
Oh, that's who doesn't want to track Arnold?
You didn't ask the
body.
traditional question.
Look at his
That he's
fingers. They
creepy?
look really fat.
No
What
opinions.
about?
Arnold.
Oh yeah, we forget to ask that. Do you think that man on the wall right there? Do you know who that is? You know who he is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to make
I
sure
love it.
you
She
knew
just
who he
called
was.
you a
Back.
bitch.
Okay. Do you
I
think,
love it.
as an actress, do you think
I'll pay you
Arnold
$100 if you say
Schwarzenegger?
yes.
Do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger is a good actor?
Yas.
Do you really?
Yes.
I mean,
No.
you know what? You know what I'm gonna say that's gonna upset you even more. You don't even have a button for how upsetting this is gonna be. Is I haven't seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh,
Well, that's gonna get him mad.
I know. Yeah.
that just hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
You've
many
never
movies.
seen one movie that he's been in?
Gosh, I mean, why would I? Like,
You are my favorite person in the planet right now.
Oh my
do
God.
I look like I watch Arnold Schwarzenegger movies?
Does
She
anybody?
is young. She is.
No,
Okay,
I mean, I
yes,
watch old
okay,
stuff,
yes.
but I'm more of like a How to Marry a Millionaire.
But here's the thing, though. She already knows who he is because she said his one line that's famous about, it's going to be famous for generations of generations, which is, I'll be back or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So
You
she
can't
knows.
say it normal like that.
He says it great.
No, I'm
Do
not.
it.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It'll pop out at some point. It will. I promise it will.
I'm not going to
No, I
stop
said,
staring until you do that.
But you heard what you wanted to hear.
Yo.
That's making it even worse.
Yeah,
I do what I can.
He'll do it. He'll do it at some point. He'll do it at some point. It's actually really, really fucking good. Anyways, did you say what you struggled with?
I guess I struggle more with the business of acting right now. I'm a little bit peeved with acting. ATM, that means at the moment.
Explain, please. Enlighten us.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to get real philosophical right now, okay?
This show is nothing but philosophy.
But because I've wanted acting for so long, especially when I was a kid, and just running into it, I didn't even question it for a second. I'm like, I want to be an actress. I want to do this. No second thought. And I put my literal all into it. I put my whole pussy into this. That's Gen Z talk. That's Gen Z talk.
Gen Z, yes.
What I did, I literally dedicated.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm just playing.
Oh, sorry.
What happened? Oh, we have a phone call.
No, I have to take my birth control.
Oh, that's important.
Another Gen Z thing?
Another Gen Z, I guess. John,
Sorry,
did you forget your birth control pill today?
Gotta take your.
No comment.
Okay. Okay. Just
Okay.
take 2 later.
Business.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that.
Okay,
if
okay,
you
okay,
miss,
okay,
then you're effed. Okay. What was I saying?
The business side
The
of
business
things.
side of
You're
things.
kind
Oh, the
of.
business thing. So anyway, I put my all into this. Like I didn't even think of anything else. Didn't go to college, Whoops. My choice. So there was so much pressure on it. I didn't have time to take a step back and be like, do I actually want this? Like, yes, this is what I wanted when I was a child, but have I grown in a different direction? Do I not need the same validation that I get from acting, which is what I liked about it in the first place? And the reason why I got to take a step back and actually think about it was because everything on TikTok started blowing up and I was getting my purpose. I found my purpose and my passion. I got to take a step back, look at acting, be like, now that I don't have to do it because everything was riding on it, do I still want it? So I'm kind of going through that season right now. I think having more control over my career really makes me look at how kind of, I don't know, like disrespectful the industry can be.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you something. So, I have a guy, not a friend, right? Someone on my Facebook that I can't stand. He believes that the end of Hollywood is near, and that indie films are going to be the place to be, and blah blah blah, and this and this and that. So maybe that might happen, and maybe that'll give you more control of your career. Because I can get where you get lost in the machine, right? Because it's a big machine. It's like it's hard. You have no control over what happens because first you're signed by an agent who's basically running for you. Yep. Then the company who hires you or the production that hires you, they run everything too. So you're so far away from making decisions until if you're Christian Bale or whatever, then you can make your own damn calls. But like for us, it's like, and we got to take what we can get at this point. You know what I'm saying?
They abuse the desperation. Yeah. That's the thing.
The one thing I will say about this is like, that's actually one of the reasons why I started writing my own stuff. Yeah. Because like I wasn't booking as much as I wanted to. And it's again like a very odd thing where the type that I go in for is actually a lot older than I am. I have no issue with that because I'm totally fine with going Maggie Smith in Hook style, like 56 to play 92. Like I'm okay with my career going in that direction. But the odd fact of it is that there aren't as many roles written for women in the age range that I play. Because I get called in for 40s. Yeah, I may be 35, but I'm called in for 40s already. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I want to start writing my own stuff because it gives me more creative control.
Yes.
And it's just, I can do what I want to freaking do with it.
Exactly.
Work on your own timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell the story how you want to say it. You know, I mean, that's the whole point, right? Because you're writing your own story, you're directing your own short or whatever it is, or feature, whatever it may be. You have total control.
Yeah.
You don't have that when obviously you're reading someone else's lines.
Yeah.
And all that. But I mean, again, this is what we do. Cause I'm the same way. I'm very, stereotyped when I book something or audition for something. It's always like gangbanger or, you know, bad guy this, bad guy that, whatever, blah, 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 you know. And again, this is why when I did my short film, I wanted to do something different. I did a sad, broken heart story coming out from someone like me that looks like a gangbanger. Or, I mean, I'm not a gangbanger, but you know, whatever. Some people think I look like one.
You've been chased by some.
Yes, I have been. Yeah. That's what happens when we live in the hood. But I understand what you're saying completely.
Yeah.
Anything else you ladies want to talk about acting? Anything else on your mind?
It doesn't have to be about acting.
Before we switch it up, because we might switch it up a little bit in a minute. But anything else you guys want to talk about acting? Anything? Any projects you guys are going to be working on anytime soon? Or
I have kind of an opinion piece to speak. I want to get your opinion on it because I feel like it goes two different ways. Now, this is pretty controversial.
Ooh, we love controversy around here.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
I'm very debatable.
But
I mean, I'm very good at debating.
He's a master debater.
I am. I just love to disagree with everyone.
That flew over his head.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you not get it?
I'll just give myself that. There you go. Good. Continue.
Well deserved too.
Anyway.
Good.
That's what happens when you don't watch TikToks.
Oh.
I mean, you're
this guy
out of the fucking loop.
Oh. Okay.
So I kind of have a similar problem to. Okay, sorry. I kind of have a similar problem to you, but I often get called in for roles where I'm playing like a Latina woman or an Asian woman, and I'm not. I'm fully white. I know.
You have a little bit of an accent.
I'm fully white.
A little bit of an accent.
My accent?
Do you have a little bit of an accent naturally?
I talk kind of like, I mean, I'm Italian, so I like to say it's Italian, but really I need a more rhythmic, musical way to speak than just like Midwestern, standard Midwestern. So people say it's like Boston. I don't know. People guess, but I don't
I would say maybe a little tad New Yorkish, maybe.
Yeah, I just say I watched The Nanny a lot when I was a kid.
Okay.
And that's how my mom talks. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay.
Wow.
How did she laugh?
How's it that we brought her up twice and I haven't talked about her in like 8 years?
Yeah.
Hey, she still looks
Fran
great.
Drescher's awesome.
Hold on,
she was abducted by aliens.
She was the fashion. She was the fashion of the 90s.
Fashion icon.
Yes, she was dressing like what people dress like now. She was dressing like that in the 90s.
Look, I got
the
mini skirt, the boots.
That man, and she was a gorgeous. She was a gorgeous woman. Oh, you got the fluffy jacket. Yeah, you did.
It's my mom's from the 90s.
There you go.
Thank you, Mom. So basically, yeah, I get called in for those roles, and I just have to reject them because I just don't feel like it's right. But my agent definitely got on me for it and was like, well, then you can't play outside of your age and da-da-da-da. But I feel like race is different, so I don't know what you guys think. Like, I would never take that role.
You wouldn't take what you... You know, I agree with you, and I kind of disagree.
Like, I get where she's coming from, and that
there's things I won't do
that they're kind of doing, but
there are some things I won't do. Like, I've turned down roles or auditions because I don't agree with the material. Like, there's certain things I won't say.
Yeah.
Like, I know I play like I have a gangbanger look, but I'm not saying certain words.
Yeah.
Even if it's on paper, I'm just not going to do that. You can pay someone else to say it. I'm pretty sure somebody will say it, but I am not.
But she's going more towards, if you're not like a certain race, then you're not going to play that.
Then
is that what you're...
I mean, but it still falls into the same category. It's just something she doesn't think or feels right doing. And that's completely logical. There's nothing wrong with that. And the bad thing is that
I feel like there's nothing wrong with taking the role.
No, there isn't. There isn't. But
in her
case, well, you know what? I agree and disagree, but at the same time, someone has to take the role.
Somebody has to take the role, but it's just kind of for more like marginalized groups. There aren't a lot of roles for, it's like there aren't a lot of roles for, minorities. It's a lot of the time ethnically ambiguous or Caucasian or whatever. So I would feel bad as a white person having a lot of opportunities, like taking that from somebody who doesn't have as many opportunities.
I would take whatever I could get. And speaking as a Hispanic person. Yeah, I take it, and then if you get more famous, bring attention to that.
You think?
But it's a double standard. It is a double standard too, though, because I mean, even if you feel that way, I mean, and that's noble, right? To feel that way, and that's admirable. I mean, but even like right now, for example, I don't know if you saw that they casted a black actor as a Joker in the Batwoman TV show, right? And I'm like, I don't have a problem with him being black, but the character is not black. So I feel like it's starting to shoehorn race into everything, and that's a problem. That is a problem.
I will say this.
You know what I'm saying?
If there's a Hispanic person going for the role of white girl, they're not going to refuse it. Like, would you refuse a role of playing a white attorney or something like that?
It doesn't like reverse like that, because a white person has more opportunities, just how the industry is right now, and it is changing, which is great. And I'm seeing so many more roles, open ethnicity and all that stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like
I think this has more of a problem with the writing, because here's the thing. So if you're a writer and you write a movie or a comic book or whatever, you write something, and if you wrote the characters to be a specific race, right? Then when you make the film adaptation of that, you're basing it off what the book labeled these characters to be. You get what I'm saying? And this is what I mean. It's becoming an issue, because it's like, you ever heard that famous thing about that Morgan Freeman said about that? He was like, if you want to end racism, stop talking about it. And in a way, I agree.
Yeah.
In a way, I agree and disagree, because I think you need to bring attention to it, of course, because it is a problem, right? But stuff like, okay, so the guy who plays the Joker now is going to be black. That's fine. But did we have to say it that way? Why couldn't it just be, this person is playing the Joker?
I agree with that.
It is becoming racism. It's just racism in general. Like, we don't have to, like, okay, the whole Little Mermaid, the live action thing, right? Little Mermaid is going to be played by a black girl, right? No problem. But the fact that in the news and in every magazine, they're saying an African woman is playing Ariel, you're making it into a problem. You get what I'm saying?
I think that has a lot to do with like the media, trying to get that grab and kind of
this conversation got serious real.
Yeah, it did. Look at me. I'm leaning. I'm leaning like this.
The energy just totally went out the door. I apologize for that.
No, it's totally cool.
It's
you know
an interesting
what?
conversation.
I told you I'd chill out at some point. Just took 47 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of brought it up because what you said reminded me about that with the age thing. I just think when we have to look at the other side of it, of people who don't get as many opportunities. I just would never want to take that away from them.
Of course.
Not trying to be like, I'm better than everyone, but...
No. Like, every aspect of what you said is valid. Every aspect of what you said is valid because of the consideration of, one, it's a boundary of yours. That is a boundary of yours. Yes. And that is something that you need to hold dear, because those could be trampled over in 5 seconds in this industry. You've got to hold on to that hard. 2, I completely agree with the fact that trying to take, like, claiming those roles as yours would take the opportunity from someone else, especially if they are like big opportunities that could be stepping stones where people then start writing specifically for that person,
right?
Which then opens up a lot of new doors that wouldn't be open otherwise, that would be open to you as a white woman.
Right, exactly.
Yes, your opportunities come more frequently than someone else. So I completely agree with all sentiments of this.
So here's a scenario. How would you feel if it's a big role?
Yeah.
They cast you as a Hispanic woman. You say, no, I'm not going to take it. And then they give it to another Caucasian woman.
Yeah, I'm still like not part of the problem, I guess.
But it's kind of like,
and I also think it all depends. It all depends, because, you know, we're looking at races that look similar, right? So you're thinking of, you know, you can go for a Hispanic or whatever because you look similar to what Hispanics would look like. I mean, that's not even the extreme. I mean,
like
me, for
early
example,
90s ish.
Like for me,
look, yeah.
Like for me, like if they remade Training Day, right, with Denzel Washington, and they wanted to say, well, we're gonna cast you as Denzel's character, I'd probably say no.
Yeah.
Because to me, that character of Alonzo is Denzel. You know what I'm saying? It's an African-American man. The same way if they said you're going to be the new Black Panther, I'd probably say no. Because I'm like, Black Panther's not Puerto Rican.
I think if race is important to the story, as in someone's heritage or family or whatever. Like one of the roles that I had to like turn down was it was a story about a mother and a daughter, and the mom was Filipino and her daughter was half Filipino. So it's like I could have done it, but because it was important to the story of like the mother-daughter bond and their relationship, I just like I couldn't convey that realistically. I haven't been there.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that is important for somebody of that race to have the opportunity to convey in an accurate way. So like with the whole Joker thing, it's like, is the Joker being white important to the story?
I'll tell you, here's the thing. I'm a fan of everything being as accurate as possible. Mm-hmm. Right? It would be the same thing as Denzel's character in Training Day, because Training Day is not based on a true story. Like if you want to make a movie about Martin Luther King, you better not make him white.
Because him being black is important to the story.
Correct, because it's real. Now, in Training Day, it really doesn't matter because it's just a character. It's known because it was Denzel Washington who played the character. You know what I'm saying? But that would be a big deal if it flipped. Like if you flip those characters, the world will go nuts. That's what would happen. Now, do it the other way around and no one cares. No one bats an eye. So if it's like, I'll give you a good example. Okay. You know, Spider-Man, for example, right? Mm-hmm. So there's multiple versions of Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Did you happen to watch the cartoon one that came out? Probably
loved that one.
Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
So Miles Morales, listen to his name. His name is Miles Morales. So he is black and Puerto Rican. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he's going to come out in the real life movies now. And it was already teased of him being black. Now, is it okay for me as a Puerto Rican, as a Hispanic, as a minority? Is it okay for me to say, wait a minute, why is the actor not Puerto Rican as well? Is it fair for me to say that? As opposed if it was like a black character and then say Black Panther and they hired Chris Evans instead, who's white.
They get a Dominican to play.
They're going to get, it'd be a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. Racism is real, but in certain situations, we're forcing the racism into it when it shouldn't be that way.
I mean, that definitely, I think what you said about the attaching it to somebody's worth, I think whoever that man is playing the Joker like deserves the role.
No, of course, absolutely. He's a great actor.
It sucks that it's kind of getting like minimalized, I guess.
It's getting put into that conversation, black, which it shouldn't be. It should just be he's a great actor who got a role. Right,
but I think that's separate from, certain actors playing roles that don't match their ethnicity. I just think bottom line is like, if the race is important to the story in any capacity.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Like if you're going to make a movie about Michael Jordan, he has to be black.
The Joker isn't, even though he's been white, for every whatever that he's had, every season he's had, it's not important to the story that he doesn't have to stay white.
Sure, but then I would turn around and ask you the same question: is if Black Panther is a made up cartoon story, does it matter if he's black?
Yes, because being black matters to the story.
Not necessarily.
Black
or
Panther?
If Storm, okay, hold on.
It's in Africa.
Yeah, it's not in Africa. It's in Wakanda. It's a made up place.
But still,
it's a made up island that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Same thing with Storm. If you made Storm white, is that a big deal? Even though she's African, she's actually African, right? Same thing with Miles. Well, she's from somewhere down there.
I think she's Egyptian.
No. Nigerian?
No.
Whatever. That's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. My point is this. I agree with you if it's something that's like the life of an actual person, right? And if it's a life of an actual person, I'm 100% with that being exactly how it should be, right? Because it's a life of a person that we're making a movie of. Like you make a movie about Abraham Lincoln, he should be whatever he is. Usually, if you're doing a movie about Martin Luther King, it should be whatever that is. When it comes to comic books, I agree with you. There's leeway, right? Because it's a comic book. It's not real, right? Same thing with Disney movies or whatever. It's not real. But there is what's the word? There is material that was written, right? That in a way I feel like should be respected because that's what the author of that writing wanted. I get the concept, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Of course, if you want to hire whoever you want to hire them.
Jesus, you opened up a can of worms.
And we'll change subject in a second. But go ahead, final thoughts on that.
Well, okay, let me kind of relate, because I haven't seen a lot of movies, especially nowadays. Let me relate it just something.
You're an actress and you don't watch movies?
I watch
Final
Real
thoughts.
Housewives.
What is this, Jerry
No.
Springer?
Final thoughts on this conversation. We'll swap.
I love Jerry Springer. Have you
yeah.
watched Judge Steve? Judge Steve Harvey. That is the best show ever.
She's never seen a movie
Judge
with this
Steve
guy?
Harvey?
It's new. Judge Steve Harvey is so funny.
When did he go to school and
He
get
didn't.
his
He didn't.
judge license?
But there he
it's
is.
fake.
It's so funny.
It's all fake. Okay.
I find it
His teeth are
insulting
fake.
that
His teeth are so
she's never seen a movie with this guy, but she knows who.
I'm a
what's that?
TLC girl.
Yeah.
I watch reality TV
Oh
all
my
day.
God.
Arguably a better acting study.
Jerry
Just saying.
Springer.
But anyways, again,
So
this is a platform for opinion, and that's why we talk these things.
I think I get what you're saying, but okay, let me put it in the context of like a show like George Lopez. Okay, everybody here has seen George Lopez,
Sure,
right?
of course.
So
His wife was good looking. That woman. You don't know who I'm talking about?
His real wife? Or
No,
is it,
in the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In the George Lopez show. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. So, it's made up. I mean, it's loosely probably based on his life, but it's a made up story. It's a sitcom, but his heritage and his culture is sprinkled into the show. It would be wrong if he wasn't somebody who understood that from a point of living through it,
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it needs to, if it's important to the story, absolutely. I mean, I would say no either way, but if it's important to the story, absolutely.
I can agree with that.
Plus, with history of blackface and yellowface, it's not a place that white people should go.
I agree. I could agree.
Yeah.
That's my final thought. Literally, I have no more thoughts in my head.
No more thoughts. All right, is that the show for today then?
She just crossed her eyes. What was that all about?
Okay, so now I'm at a my mind kind of went everywhere right now.
Sorry,
too.
didn't mean to go so deep like that.
No, that was fine. I have no
it.
problem with these conversations. I think these conversations are good. This is why we made the fucking platform. For you can come here and say what you want to say without a fear of anybody thinking of you any. You're interrupting me.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. You just
It's so fine.
Yes, it is fine. Like I said, it's just this platform was made for people to come on here and say what they want to say without fear of anyone judging them. And I don't judge anyone, and we are still friends after this. And I don't, no one's gonna swing at you or kick you off or whatever. This isn't like that. This is you come here and this is how we learn, right? Because how do we come up with new ideas if we don't discuss things and figure things out? That's just me, Jonathan.
Why? Yeah.
Because you haven't said much here.
Well,
I'm usually the talking machine, but today,
that
Good start. That's a
studio.
good start.
I went to that studio.
what's studio?
Greenpeace studio. Where?
Oh, you mean Chicago Actors Studio?
Great.
Was it?
Amazing.
I wish it was.
I don't know.
Green shirt?
Green shirt?
Green shirt. That one
There's
too.
green shirt.
Yeah,
There's
that
green
was-
room.
Green room.
Those were all amazing.
Green room was
Lots
good.
of greens.
Learned a
Lots
lot.
of
Green room
greens.
was really good. Green room was really good.
Green room's great.
Yes, it was. I wish they would go back to in class, in person. I really miss that.
I miss that.
Oh,
you make such friends.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few classes you can still go to, but just like it's different. It's so different. Like who was I talking to? We were using another comparison about that, like being in person versus being like on a video. That was last week. But like basically what I was saying is like with Zoom classes, as effective as they may be, which they probably are, right? But to me, there's something different. Like if doing this over Zoom to me sucks. Like I've had some people come like ask me, hey, can we do it over Zoom or whatever? I'm like, no, I probably could do it if I wanted to. I just don't want to because it's weird.
What, the podcast?
Yeah, the
No,
podcast. It's just
absolutely not.
weird because it's like there's something different between having someone physically here and someone looking through a screen. It's weird.
course.
And same
You
thing
also
with
have
classes.
mood lighting.
Yes.
So it'd look weird if someone were to zoom in. They couldn't replicate this great mood lighting.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And when it comes to acting classes, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can't.
To everything, dude. I thrive on human interaction and like, oh man, it's tough. I turned 21 in quarantine, you guys. Like,
So you just turned 21? How old are you?
No, I'm 22
sorry, I shouldn't
now.
ask.
I'm 22 now. That's how
Wait,
long
what the
we've been
hell?
in this damn thing.
It's such a long struggle, and you're 3 years into it.
I mean, I've had, it just sucks. You can't go out.
Oh no,
you can't,
I get it.
These are my early 20s. It's when you can kind of like fuck off and do whatever and party.
See, this would have been perfect for me because I'm a hermit. I love being
Shit.
indoors. Yeah.
I think, you know what? I never did party, and I thought I was
believe
gonna
that
love
for a
it.
second.
I know, me neither.
I know, but I didn't. I never. I mean, whatever. Maybe that is a lie.
Maybe
It's all
kind of a lie.
flooding back to
Listen,
her
we
memory,
all
yeah.
look at we all were. I was that age once. We were all that age at some point. Maybe not John. John literally stayed at home.
No,
he never
I
did anything.
played video games.
Literally.
A lot of video games.
But I remember my days when I was young. You know, going out to clubs, blah blah blah, having drinks all
I've
the time.
never been to a club.
You're not missing much.
I don't think
You're
I am.
really not.
What are you gonna do? Like,
Well,
Basically, and then wait in line for
hold on,
that's
overpriced
exactly what
drinks
you're gonna
forever.
it depends. It depends on the club.
God, I paid like $6 for a bottle of water one day.
That's cheap.
A bottle of fucking water.
That's cheap.
what?
Go to a downtown
it's
club.
not.
Go to a downtown club.
Really?
And try to get a bottle of water.
How much?
A lot. Like we're talking like $12. And it's not even name brand. It's like Kirkland.
Dasani,
It's like Kirkland.
Don't
It's
hate
like
on Dasani. I love
Aquafina,
Dasani.
or what
I
is
love
that?
If she
Dasani
says-
and
if she
Aquafina.
makes
Those
fun
are
of-
my
It's
favorites.
not good
Hey,
for you.
you know what'd be really
Wait, what's
funny
going
if she says Nestle Pure right now, and it's like that's what we got.
Nestle
Wait.
Pure
It's the best.
Grossest water. ever.
Listen, the club. The only thing I never liked about the club, mind you, I went to really popular clubs, is that I hated the overcrowdedness of it. Like that's the one thing. Like I was when I was younger, I used to love to go to dance and all this stuff and blah blah blah. But like the fact that you couldn't move around in the club because you would
You can't
bounce it, you
move?
can't even dance with
You
anybody
can't
because
move.
it was that freaking packed.
You
Yeah,
told
that's
me.
accurate.
What
The
are
only
you
reason I
gonna do
didn't
for me?
go was because I can't dance. So if I'm smushed,
You're not gonna do
I'd just
anything.
be standing there. That'd be great.
That's
Well, you're
basically
s-
what guys do anyways half the time.
Yeah.
When they
You're
can't dance, they
squished
just
and
fucking
getting
stand
sweat
there.
on by other people. Do you want that for your life?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to
Well, I
be
would've
sweat
back
on by
then.
like 12 to
Like
15 other
penguins.
people just around you?
You know how many diseases we probably would have caught
Honestly,
back
that
then?
sounds
Seriously.
kinda-
You know, when you look back and you think about that, it's
Sounds
pretty
kind of
gross.
dirty.
raunchy
Pretty
and
gross.
hot.
I remember I
Not
used to
gonna
always,
lie.
I remember I used to look for like the air conditioning vent when I was young because it was so hot in the damn club. Like you just looking, and it was like it'd be
smart.
winter and they'd be having the air conditioning just stand underneath the vent.
That is so smart.
It's
That's
so
really
much cooler
smart.
here, but it was fun. I had a good time.
I'm gonna try it soon. Nervous about it.
Can you dance?
Of course.
She didn't say
I
that
don't
with too
care.
much confidence.
I
but
literally like when I start dancing, I literally black out. I'm like so into it that if I do look dumb, like I don't know. So who cares?
what do you like to dance to?
I would be checking my drink from time to time.
Yeah, no,
if you're
that's
blacking
definitely
out,
why.
you should probably
that's,
do that.
No, I'm not like blacking out drinking.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not blacking out drinking. I'm like
You
just
get
so into myself.
into it. That,
Seriously,
yeah.
I swear to God. But that is another reason why I don't want to go out because that's such an issue. I'm like, ugh, do I want to possibly die tonight? Like, probably not.
I know a lot of I had a lot of girls that I know that went to party. A lot of nothing like that really necessarily happened. I mean, yeah, it's always
It doesn't happen
It's
till it
obvious.
happens.
It happens. It does happen. I mean, you just gotta always go in groups and all that and whatever and don't drink stuff that people bring you. That kind of stuff.
No.
That usually is done.
They're starting to go around with shot like pricks and prick you.
Just
That's how they dress.
really. It's just
That was the
Was that a craze
wrong
already?
turn of phrase.
Oh, sorry. So anyway, no, I'm not blacked out on alcohol. I'm just so into myself, like dancing with the music. I'm on cloud 9 pretty much.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm not aware of what I'm doing. So I could look cool. I could not look cool. It's not up to me to decide.
Have one of your friends videotape you. So then you
Why?
can-
I don't want to know. I want to
Okay,
live
yeah,
the blissfully
smart.
ignorant.
that's smart. Yeah,
Smart.
that's smart. That's really smart.
Because I went to Cotillion and
Ooh,
first time,
big time.
danced in front of
fancy.
everybody, and I thought I was smooth as hell. And Kristen
And you see that
fucking
video?
said, "Look," she said, "I
Hold
looked
on.
like I was
First
in a
of all-
fucking marching
first
band."
of all,
and
wait.
fucking,
Okay,
yeah.
you probably did, but
I know
still.
exactly.
Hold on. Let me say something. The last person you probably want to get that type of advice from is fucking Kristen of all people. I love Kristen to death.
Kristen.
I love Kristen to death. But like
We
mind
gotta
you,
get these two on the show.
oh no.
Yeah, I need
oh
to
my
meet
Kristen.
god. That would be like literally the loudest and the most
Yeah.
energetic podcast ever. Like the meters would be like
They'd
peaking
be
all over the place.
Off the charts.
Besties
Come on,
in
Kristen.
second.
Dude, Kristen, mind you, she
She's my
barely-
cousin.
I understand
Don't talk
that.
about it.
Listen, she barely started going out
Yeah.
not too long ago, right? Now, how did she? Okay, so if she wants to say she's an expert at dancing, is that the point here? Is that why she was
No,
criticizing
she
you?
just said I looked a fool when I was out there. So That's all I'm saying.
To her.
To her. And now, mind you, but never mind. Never mind.
Here's the real question.
I didn't know she moved like J-Lo.
Did it make you happy? Were
you
you
have
happy
fun?
doing
Did you
it,
have
and
fun?
did you have fun doing it?
Sure, it was
Did it
Then who the
exhilarating.
fuck cares? And that is just an evil move to try to take joy from someone who is enjoying what they're doing.
There you go.
Oh, I may have
Come
gone
up to
a
cloud
little-
9 with me.
Seriously.
I'm telling you. I mean, you just gotta have fun. Like, again.
Yeah.
And you
Sure.
learn. Look, here's the thing. You never did it. If you would have done it more often, you would have picked up some stuff and you would have been able to defend yourself a little bit better.
You should have seen me. It was so pathetic. So I kind of psyched myself out. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So I went into the bathroom, locked the door, and kind of
yourself a pep talk?
practiced
Oh,
in
you're
the
right.
mirror.
No, you
It was
did
fucking
not.
sad, yeah.
At the party?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Bro, what if someone walked in?
That's
I locked
funny.
the door.
That's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
What if someone...
Were you counting steps
I love
in your
that you
head the whole
shared that
time?
vulnerable
1,
moment.
2, 3. One,
Cha-cha-cha.
two.
Then once you get your move down, like you're
You put
good.
that on repeat. It's the same move every time. Can you
So I
spin me
just-
the other way, please? No, I only know how to do it this way.
What's your go-to move?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God, depends on what. Depends. What do you mean by go-to move?
What's the move? Like when the music comes on, I do this. I'm
He
like,
told me one time he puts both hands behind his head and he just stands there.
Oh no, that's not it.
Damn.
Something like
It
that.
depends. It all depends. I mean, like when I would go out. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican, so like I would go to clubs that had a lot of Hispanic music, and like bachata to me was the thing, you know. And that was what we used to call the secret weapon, right? So the secret weapon was like every guy in the club wants to get the pretty girl to dance to like juke music, to reggaeton and stuff like that, right? Which is basically girls just grinding their asses on you, whatever. It's basically having sex on the floor, but whatever.
So gross,
So that's
I
the
know.
thing. Every guy would want that, right? So the secret was
sweaty.
not to go up to a girl in that manner, right? Because most guys would just walk up behind the girl and just start dancing, and the girl would turn around and say no, or whatever, which to me was very embarrassing. I didn't want that. So the way I would do it, the way I would attack was, funny that I said that, right? The way I would attack.
Yeah, that was questionable.
Sorry. Mind you, I was like 20, 21, 22.
Harvey
Give me a break.
Weinstein.
The secret was...
Give me a break. So I would look at the dance floor, and then because the girls are always in groups, right? Then you have your pretty one, it's always there, and you have her friends that are, whatever, they're 5s, 4s.
They're like that.
3, 2, 1, 0.
They're like the offensive line, and the girls are like the quarterback you're trying to get to. Is that it?
Sure. There was look at the we're totally
You said it,
control
not
right
me.
now.
You
trying to
said it,
have a good
not me.
time.
Listen. So basically, what I would do was
Smack him,
I would
Sarah.
when I'm
She's about to.
gonna come
Water
this way.
on deck.
Listen. Here's the thing. So I would wait for a bachata song, which was more. To me, it's sexier than juking because it's more
It's more
romantic. It's more sensual.
sensual.
You know what I'm saying? So girls were more open to dance that. So then I had no problem because I knew how to dance it. I would have no problem seeing a girl who knew how to do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this one because half of the guys don't know how to do it. So then I stood out. So I would go and I'd grab her and she would get impressed by that. And guess what? Now I got her for the rest of the night.
The secret was respect.
You have to know. Okay, yes, respect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, respect. Yes, it is. Hold on. Mind you, at the end of the day, she was, juking in the whole 9 yards. But still, remember, I was 21. I'm not like that anymore. I was 21 years ago. I had hair back then. Years ago.
21 years
You had
ago?
hair at some point?
No, yes, I did have hair.
He was
once.
I- 21
I need to see a
back
picture
then.
of this because I really can't imagine
He
it.
had such
I just kind of assumed
Luscious
you
hair.
were
curls.
like I just kind of assumed you were born bald and stayed that way and
Like
born with the
Caillou.
beard. I don't know. That's
No. I
Okay.
had
Okay, curious.
I remember the days
they were luscious,
doing this.
all gelled up.
Here we go.
Yes, all gelled up. Where was I going with that? Whatever. This is a long time ago, so don't judge me too much. I don't do that anymore. But that was how I would approach women. Like I didn't want to just start juking on them. I wanted to impress them with something else. Which to me was bachata because it was a really, romantic kind of thing. You would sing the song with them if they knew it, blah, 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 blah. That was kind of the thing.
Yeah.
My brain it instantly went to so you went with the different kind of mating dance for the animals there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went with the
fucking-
the other animals were like, hey, I'm doing this one dance. I'm going to do this one dance. And you're like, let me do something different.
Yeah, so you can stand out. So you can stand
Yeah.
out. You stand out. Then the other trick, again, mind you, and I don't mean this in an offensive way, but this is what I've noticed. Women always traveled in packs. And then, again, there's always There's
Why you
always
say it
ranges
like
because that's what I know. Girls that will call them their pack like a wolf pack. Like really, like relax. This is my point. There was always a group, and there was always different. I want to say ratings. It sounds so bad.
A little bit.
Sure. Whatever. Sure.
Actually,
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like there was the real
different
pretty
people
ones
that you find attractive.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would always like just jump into the group and just dance with any of them, and then make my way to the one that I found attractive, and they would feel more comfortable because you're just having fun with everybody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you gotta trick a woman to be with you, it's like, damn.
Well, the thing is,
Facts.
that's a good point. I mean, here's the thing.
That's why I don't want to go to the club.
So, but the thing is, girls would always hang with girls. So, like, most girls are not gonna go ask a guy to dance.
Right.
So, a guy has to approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to approach in the right way. You can't just go up to any random chick and be like, "Hey, you want to dance?" It's weird. Like, you have to catch their attention somehow.
Suave.
Somehow, buying them a drink, doing something,
nice.
something like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to catch their attention.
Little courting a woman.
Yes, that's my
Okay,
work.
I'm gonna weirdly
Slap me in the face.
No. I'm gonna weirdly say something that is odd, but just maybe it's because I never really
I don't do this anymore. I don't go clubbing anymore. My day's gone.
I'm speaking about my own personal experience rather than saying mean things about yours. I'm reserving that.
Okay, cool.
That's
Okay. It's back
so
there.
I'm
Got
going
it.
with my own personal experience instead of attacking.
Got it.
No. Like the way that I grew up with 4 older brothers. So, and one sister who is quite a bit older than me. So I'm used to hanging out with guys. I never had like a wolf pack of women. And I kind of got used to just going and doing things on my own, as weird and risky as that sounds.
So you're more of an
I
independent.
was always the one who was like, okay, I am going to go and ask this person to dance. I was direct, bought people drinks. I did things in the complete opposite way.
And let me tell you, that is awesome.
Yeah, like I did things in a complete opposite way, which surprised a lot of people.
Yes, it is amazingly surprising. That's completely out of the norm.
Honestly, if some girl came up to me with a drink and said, "You want to dance?" it would freak me the fuck off.
It did a lot.
But it did. Hold on.
It did a lot.
But it did. I remember one particular New Year's Day. Right, I went to a bar. We went to Doc Ryan's years ago.
Yeah,
and this girl. I mean, this was, mind you, I was already out of my prime. Right, I'm just there with the guys. Whatever the guys are talking to girls, I'm just there drinking my beer. Whatever, waiting for the next miserable year to start. And there's this girl, pretty girl. She's standing over there, and I'm out of the game, right? This isn't my cup of tea anymore, right? So I'm just there, whatever. And like we make serious eye contact the whole night, right? And she came up to me, and I almost was floored, and I loved it because she had the confidence to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole nother level of like, damn, I'm attracted to you. Just the fact that you came up here and you said something to me. That was attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you react a little different, but I was like, God,
no, I get that.
Damn, that was kind of sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like you go get what you want.
Yeah,
that's sexy.
I think I've been rejected too many times doing that to women.
Really?
Doing that. Yes, it like totally. You're like, okay, I don't even care.
Let me ask you a question as ladies. Do you guys get, do you ladies get upset if a guy rejects you?
No, but it doesn't feel good. I'm not like, yay, this is awesome.
I'm sure.
I mean, some girls don't care. I find it interesting the difference in how it works, right? Because like with men, we're used to getting rejected. We get rejected more times than we get accepted, right? And it's like for a woman, it's almost like I don't know if they're like supposed to. Like, do you guys automatically assume a guy's gonna say yes? Just out of curiosity. Like if you see a guy and he walks up to you, and you want to talk to him and you go talk to him, do you assume he's automatically going to say yes?
No.
I will say that my experience is from literally a decade ago. I have been married for a decade.
Damn.
Okay, yeah, so yeah.
Yes, so I used to, even back then, I was odd. Back then, I know, right? As if I've grown. I've grown
the way she
to
said it to me in
accept
her eyes.
my
Oh my
oddness.
God.
Okay, I've grown
That was fucking
to
amazing.
embrace it
You
and
act, don't
accept
you?
it. I know, right? But like, I've grown into my oddness. Back then, I was doing that whole like, okay, I'm gonna try to hide this shit. And so there was like the dual thing going on where you just don't know what's happening there. So rejection happened a lot.
I wonder, did you do that, John?
What?
Did you hide your awkwardness, or you didn't have anything to hide it from?
Fuck, I'm awkward as hell. Even now.
You saw about his dancing.
Yeah.
Well,
But I've never been rejected.
good point. Good point.
Really?
You never, but when you don't ask anybody,
I'm
but when
two
you
for
don't
two.
ask anybody, I
I'm
guess.
2 for 2. Yeah.
Damn. Hey, your percentage is fucking high as hell right now.
Wow, that's
50
impressive.
You're
Look at that
100%.
ratio.
That's crazy.
Gotta average it out.
Jeez. Really, 2? That's it?
2.
Man,
That's crazy.
you're a good looking guy, bro.
4.
What's wrong with that?
6. It's more than that.
That's more than that?
And
All
I've
right.
been rejected. I'm lying.
Oh, he's
Oh,
lying.
he's
Hey,
lying.
he's an
One
actor.
time when I was 12 and fat,
It happens.
Yeah, it does happen, actually.
it fucking broke me.
Did it really?
Yes.
At 12 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
That's when it hurts the most.
Yes, like one of the biggest heartbreaks that I had was back when I was in freaking middle school. One of my first boyfriends like broke up with me and I cried for weeks. Damn. It was bad. Yeah, but that's again one of those like it's the first experience with that that gets easier over time.
Oh,
the
fuck,
first
I'll
one
never
stings
forget
the
it.
most. Yeah.
Never.
That wasn't your experience, or?
I mean, I've had one. Now, mind you, I've had my share of. Well, I don't want to say relationships. Like, okay, actual relationships, like boyfriend, girlfriend, Facebook status changing type relationships. I've only had like 3. Okay, I've always been like, I date girls. I would date girls. I don't say date now, but I used to date girls, whatever. And my biggest issue was I used to get bored. And I'm just being 100% honest. I would get so bored. Like, I would lose interest very quickly.
Do you know your Venus sign? Do you know astrology?
Oh, sweet Lord, I'm out of here.
He'll be back. No, what is my Venus
I
sign?
bet you're a Gemini Venus. All my
I
astrology
don't know.
girlies
I'm a
know.
Taurus by the regular one.
Then you could be a Gemini Venus.
Look at how excited
This
she
is so
got.
exciting. I'm a Gemini Venus, but it's very like you kind of get bored easily, very playful, very childlike spirit with love.
Now, I will say when I didn't meet certain people in my life, I felt hard, and those hurt. Like when they would leave or whatever, those hurt. But for the most part, I think I didn't experience that because I never really it never really got like that really quickly when I was a kid. Like I don't want to say I was a player. God, that sounds horrible.
Hey,
but I had,
sure.
I mean, that's what it was. I was in high school and, girls were, when you finally got to an age where you were kind of attractive because I was a really ugly little kid.
Yeah.
And when I got to high school, I kind of got good looking or whatever, if you want to call it that. And you start getting attention from girls and like, this one I'll talk to for a couple weeks, whatever. Then I'm bored. Go to this one, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. Like my first heartbreak, I mean, it hurt. It hurt and it sucked because like you still remember it today. But then ask me about some of the girls that I dated that I don't even remember their names.
Here's the question though:
sad for me
at
to
what
say.
age did it happen?
Oh,
That's the difference here.
I was in my
think,
20s.
because
I was in my 20s
versus
yeah.
12.
I
The
was in my
emotional
20s.
maturity difference.
I was in my
that's
20s.
boom.
Yeah. I think that's like the big difference because like we're talking about like first time being hurt when 12 years
Yeah,
old
12.
I can't even
versus
remember.
being 20 years
I can't even remember having a crush. Like who did I have a crush
Yeah, I
at
had
12?
a crush on a girl named Gina.
Gina Carano?
Oh,
She wasn't
still
around
had a
yet.
crush on her. Yeah, and I psyched myself up. I went down the stairs. She went to use the bathroom. I didn't chase her in the bathroom. I waited till she got out.
Good job.
Like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Jinx.
And she said, "Nope, I'm good."
Damn.
Oh, you know what? I'll take it back.
Not in those terms,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I got
that's
one.
what we're talking about.
Okay, maybe not heartbreak, but it was like one of those ouch kind of moments. So like, but this is like a crush. Like I had a crush on another woman, right? So I had a crush on my band teacher when I was a kid, right? And like I remember I gave her like a little stuffed animal one time for like Valentine's Day or some crap. Like honestly thinking she would freaking, think of me in this way, and then
You really
one day
think-
she literally like she pulled me aside and she's like she told me what it was and I'm like.
She told you what it
So
was.
she told me like, this is cute, but like you need to stop. And I'm like,
Damn.
just destroyed my
That
heart.
was awkward.
And then I never went back to band class, but that's okay.
Yeah, I
Damn.
would have gone back.
We moved on.
Damn.
Her name was Miss Jilly.
Miss
Really?
Jilly.
I mean, I don't if she's still
Thank you
around.
for your
Miss Jilly, do you
service
see
as
this?
a teacher, Miss Jilly.
I mean, I'm
She's
older
still
now.
around. How
I'm
old
older
is
now,
she?
and if she still looks like
Is
Amy
she
Jo Johnson,
50?
if she looks like Amy Jo Johnson from the original Pink Ranger,
Yeah.
hey, she can call me. Let me tell you right now,
Wow.
because Amy Jo Johnson
Pink
still looks
Ranger.
great right now for her age. Great.
Good for her.
All right. Something fun. Favorite movies, ladies, or actors, actresses. You don't watch movies. I forgot.
That's my funny quirk.
What do you like?
She likes to act. She's probably acted in more movies than she's seen.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Possibly.
am I right?
I love Wayne's World. This is my favorite movie ever.
Oh, this is crushing my soul.
You don't like Wayne's World?
Fuck.
Why? Because they don't have an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Because it was about the
it's
same fucking time that Arnold was out.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Yeah,
not a
so-
good actor, bro.
Mm,
I hate to break it to you.
What do you love about him?
His physique.
is everything.
Oh God.
His aura.
I
I'm leaving his everything alone. I'm just not.
I mean,
well, no.
I will say he is a specimen. I will say that he is a specimen. But
Oh,
I
wait.
mean,
Can I say my favorite thing that I'm watching right now?
sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Cobra Kai. Oh, everybody likes
That is
Cobra.
literally the story of my dad. It's so crazy. It even looks like my dad.
What was it?
Cobra Kai.
Oh,
I feel like everybody watches Cobra Kai.
No.
Is that me?
Never watched
No,
it.
this is going to be extremely niche, but just turn it on and just trust me. Okay. The Real Housewives of New York, season 2. It's like 2007. What a look into the psyche. No, you will never get a better lesson on acting than these women.
What movie? I mean, movie. What show?
The Real Housewives of New York.
Isn't that
season
supposed to
2.
be like a reality show?
It is a reality show.
She just said
That's gonna.
Reality shows are all scripted. Don't you realize
but
that?
she's like,
They're all scripted. And the
like
way
what?
that they're
I mean, they're
edited,
not
they put them
supposed- they're not
together to have
supposed to be.
Editing,
Yeah.
the editing is an art in itself. If you are a person who likes to edit, like I edit videos, it's like very interesting to me how it's kind of like a
You really?
third party perspective.
I'll hire you to
of a
edit these.
story.
I'm tired of editing. I'm done.
No, bitch, I'm too busy editing my own shit. Like it takes forever. But
I agree.
you know, TikTok
you're-
videos are long.
I make YouTube videos too.
Damn. Well, then I don't got a button for that. I was gonna say like
Yeah,
something.
You
I
gotta,
don't know.
you gotta have a damn
I don't know.
button.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you out.
Treated.
Thank you. Oh yeah, we're team TikTok. We're
Yeah.
team TikTok. Yeah. But it is interesting because editing is like it's like a bird's eye view of everything. You get to tell your own story, and there's nothing that conveys it better than the Real Housewives. It is an art piece if you look at it that way. If you take the whatever societal views of it out, okay, look at it as art. Beverly Hills season 2, that one goes crazy. It is art.
Seinfeld is art.
that
That show is
Yeah.
art.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's wait, I got you. You know what? I give
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. First of all, that's one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
Yes.
Yes.
So like, there's no discussing how good
Seinfeld.
that show is.
That is the one show I do watch actually.
It's actually, you know what? I had to. You know what? Those are one of those shows I had to kind of like learn how to watch
And Curb Your Enthusiasm.
because it was very smarty. It was a smart. It's not your typical humor.
It's not
You know what I'm saying?
Friends.
Yeah, it's not Friends. It's not Family Guy.
Thank
You
you,
know,
right?
Family
Which I
Guy.
love Family Guy to death, but it's not that type of comedy. You know what I'm saying? But Seinfeld is like he started watching, and I would go to his house, and I'd be like, "The fuck are you watching?
Why are you watching?
Why are you
this?
watching
This
this
is
crap?
stupid.
Like this is dumb." And then one day I just turned it on. I started watching. Like, oh, this is pretty funny.
I tell people eventually you're gonna start watching it,
It's funny.
and
show.
they all did.
And it's good.
Cousins, friends, everybody.
You should
Never
watch Curb
watched
Your
it.
You've never watched an episode of
Shut
Seinfeld?
up.
Not one.
I'm sure I've watched, had one on in the background of
Like,
a
everybody at
hospital
least-
waiting room at some
It's
point.
on
but,
Netflix now. You can watch
damn.
every season.
Like
That's great.
That's
I'm not
true.
going to.
I feel like everyone has to have
Okay.
seen the.
Okay.
Everyone has had to have seen the soup Nazi thing, right? Like the no soup.
Yeah, and the Elaine dance. Like
Yeah.
everyone's
That's
aware
me at the
of
club.
these cultural things.
That's
but
that's
like
what I look like when I dance. Apparently.
me too. We'd be great dance partners.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Have you watched Station 11 yet?
you know what? That's TV show, right?
Yes,
See, here's the thing with me. Wait, I don't know about you girls, but like
miniseries, but
for me, I feel like acting has kind of ruined shit for me. I feel like I've said this before,
Yeah.
but like watching movies and watching TV shows, like I know what goes on.
That's
You're like,
why. That's
you
why I
know,
watch reality.
You know what? I can agree with you then, because I feel like I was watching Chicago PD just because, you know, and I was watching the Chicago shows because Emma was going to be on the show.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emma, who was on Chicago Med this past week.
Go, Emma.
Oh my God. Sorry,
Since
that's
she was on, I was watching all the shows, and then like I can't get involved in the shows because in my head I'm like, okay, there's a camera person there, there's a light over there, there's a director telling them what to do. Like I've lost track that's, you know, I lose track of the story because I'm more focused on the technical aspect of it. Same thing when I went to go watch the new Spider-Man movie. I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm tapping my sister like, that's a great shot. Like, do you see what the camera's doing for him right now? And I'm like, that's not what the movie's about. Like, pay attention. I can't pay attention because I'm looking at technical things and whatever. And I know that it's fucking fake, right?
Yeah.
Like, I went to go watch Candyman, the newer one, right? And the movie starts and they were doing the credits in the beginning, which I think is stupid for any fucking movie. Credits belong at the end.
That is weird.
It's weird, right? Like, I feel like they don't do that anymore. And then Candyman had it, right? And then what do I see? I see Simon Claire casting. And I'm like, Claire Simon. I'm sorry. Claire Simon. I said it backwards, right?
Okay.
Claire Simon. I'm like,
No way.
I'm like, great. So now I really know this shit's fucking fake
Damn.
because I auditioned for those people. Like
That's a cool moment though. You're like, I know her.
yeah, I know her. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like you could really realize that nothing.
That's an actual person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Claire
It's
Simon.
not a company,
It is a company.
She's a queen.
but it's a person as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But my point is, it's kind of ruined stuff for me where I'm like,
I get that.
you know, it's like,
It ruined stuff. My roommate just said this yesterday because we were watching This Is Us kind of as a joke because it's like funny in a way.
And awful as well.
Yeah, it's like funny because it just feels really fake. I don't know. I can't get into
The
it.
infused sentimentality.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like, you know, in Full House when they start playing the violin, it's like,
Oh yeah, that's a whole show of that.
and then it's
yeah.
like that.
oh,
Not
talking
in
about,
his presence.
yes, please. I
Not
love
in his
Full House. I grew
presence.
up watching
No,
Full
bro,
House.
I actually did.
I am so
grow up
sorry.
watching
My,
Full
my
House.
condolences
I was
over how
very
your
sad.
week is going.
That
I
was
was
my
totally
first
sad.
crush was Uncle Jesse.
Like I almost shed a tear when I saw Bob Saget die.
Oh,
Like I almost shed a tear. Like that was like almost like America's dad.
That
you know
did
what I'm
hurt
saying?
my
That's
heart.
what I was
One of
thinking. Like
America's-
Betty
that's
White
one of
and Bob
America's-
Saget,
That did
like
hurt my
right
heart.
back to back. Like it was like losing mom and dad.
Yeah. Have they said what happened though?
Not
What they
yet.
think happened?
Heart attack.
They've ruled out a lot of things, but they haven't found the exact.
'Cause I know
cause,
really quick
so.
they were trying to blame the booster shot on it, which I thought was pretty amusing.
Freaking people.
They were really quick to say it because I think he had just posted a video on YouTube or on whatever, and he had said that, oh, I just got boosted. It was like on when did he die? A Sunday? When did he die? It was like 5 days before he died.
like,
It was like 5
yeah.
daes before he died, he got boosted. And real quick, everybody jumped
That's
on the whole
so,
thing.
like fucking
You wanna hear something?
lame.
Something crazy is
That's crazy.
right when I find see, this is
Dear ASMR,
I feel like
whatever it's called.
I feel like she whispers and then she gets really loud. It's amazing.
it's called rage.
There you go. Ooh. This girl's challenging me over here.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
But this is Team TikTok, so you're gonna
Yeah.
listen out.
Team TikTok.
So I got news through Twitter that Bob Saget had died, and I went on TikTok live where you can just scroll and watch people live getting ready, and I basically got to watch like 20 people find out Bob Saget died. Like I'd be like on one person's TikTok live, someone would comment Bob Saget died, I watched their reaction, scroll. Someone commented Bob Saget died, watch their reaction, scroll. It was very interesting.
I'm guessing.
I-
Can you imagine how many people? Look at that
All
show.
at once. It's
That
crazy.
show spanned, and it's still somewhere in the world right now. In some channel, there is a Full House episode playing right now. You get what I'm saying? That's one of those shows that has literally lasted the test of time.
Yeah.
You know,
I got
and
the
it-
box set.
I do too. You know what I'm saying? And it was you want to say it was a corny show, whatever it was.
Doesn't matter.
It was one of those shows. I remember. I don't think I caught the original run of the show, right? Because it was on.
Well, you were freaking. I don't even think you were born.
No. But like the last couple seasons where I was already breathing.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember the original run. I remember it was in my house. We only had one TV, and it was the only one that could be on at the same time. So we all had to watch the same shit. So like we had the same schedule. We would go eat at like 5, and at 5 and 5:30 there were 2 episodes of Full House, and that's what played. And then after the second episode of Full House, my mom would take over the TV. We start watching telenovelas on channel 66. But whatever. Oh my God! See that just you want me to tell you how much of a fan I am?
What is that?
If I ever fucking get married, if I ever, That, you know, that everybody walks when after the wedding and the reception, people walk in, right? I already have this all planned out. Don't steal my idea. Nobody. My idea. Mine. I want to walk in to the opening music of Full House. And on the screen, I want to record like kind of like the intro of the show. You know how it would be like their name and they're doing something stupid or
can
whatever.
I be David Coulier?
Like for the bridesmaid and for the brides and the grooms or whatever.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, they do something like stupid just for the people that are part of the show. You know what I'm saying? Just
That's
for
really
something
great
fun.
idea.
You know, something fun.
You're
whatever.
gonna walk into down. And you gotta you gotta come in with a goofy walk.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's going to be a very interesting wedding if it ever happens.
It's probably not going to happen, but still.
He also wants to do a Grease number.
Oh, that would be
dancing.
really fucking cool.
No.
Jesus, is this like just a performance art for you, like a
Yeah.
one man show?
It's because look it, I'm weird like that, and once I got into the whole acting thing, I'm like, well, you could do this if you really wanted to. All you need is a camera, make the shit happen. People do it all the
Wedding
time.
the experience.
He wants to do that shabba-ba-bop, boop, boop, boop.
Not that one, you goofball. I want to
Then
do
which
Summer
one?
Nights.
Oh, Sand?
Summer Nights. Because it
Can
has
you hit the high note? Can you hit that?
Here's the thing. I wouldn't actually sing it. We would be
it's a
lip
dance.
sing it.
A
We
lip
would
sync.
lip sing it.
Okay.
Damn.
I can't sing. ladies
I'm
and
not
gentlemen.
doing
I
that.
cannot.
I'm not
So
doing that.
I figured you wouldn't do that already.
Okay.
I'm not getting married also, so
Oh, okay. Well, when did
So
this
you-
happen?
stop it. I'm not.
you could.
When it is
Probably not.
happening.
It's
Why-
probably
Yeah.
not. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. I'm just saying it's probably not going to happen. I don't know.
Why? Maybe you don't want it to
Why
happen.
no?
Nah,
Because you're a Gemini Venus. That's why.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily believe in marriage. Marriage isn't that important to me. It could be if it's important to the person I'm with,
okay.
then I'm okay with that. But to me, marriage, and again, not to offend anybody, this is my opinion. Marriage to me is basically a piece of paper that says you guys are together.
Yeah.
Now, there's emotional to it. There's a lot of emotion to it. And I grew up religious. I'm not religious anymore, so obviously that adds to it. But to me, if I'm with someone and we live our entire lives together and we're basically married but without a title, what's the difference?
I just want to point out that you have a lot of plans for your fake wedding for to be so
it's
opposed up
weird.
to
It's because my
marriage.
fucking mind doesn't
I'm sorry.
stop.
That's like
Sounds like you
these
want a
are
wedding,
the things that I have to pay attention
It's 'cause
to.
my-
I
it's 'cause
listen
my,
to your words here.
It's because my mind runs at 1,000 miles an hour.
I
I'm
can
just
see
constantly
him
doing
not
shit.
having the wedding, but still running out a banquet to just to do the show.
Just do like a forever bachelor party
Yeah.
that's actually age appropriate for like everyone.
Yeah.
I would totally do it.
Yeah,
I would
there you
totally
go,
do
there
it.
you
Why
go.
not?
I feel like you know, it's whatever meaning you put to it. I've kind of changed. I've kind of shifted the idea about marriage because honestly, to me, like a big ceremony is just like embarrassing. Like, what am I gonna do? Stand up there and I'm like, where am I gonna put my phone? I'm just gonna hold my phone.
I gotta check my TikTok.
It's too hard to put on TikTok.
I'm not. Well, I mean, it's not even like I'm always holding my phone. I might want to put it in my pocket. No, but basically the idea of like a big. That's true. Where are you gonna put your phone? You ever think about it?
You can have the girl sew something on there.
Yeah,
and
my dress had
put in some-
pockets, just saying.
Boom. All right, I'll have a pocket.
There you go.
But just the whole idea of like you're professing your love to somebody. You're having that intimate
front of the people that are
connection.
important to you. Yeah.
Exactly, but the people that are important to me are like maybe like 4 or 5 people. So I'd want this
So I have
ceremony
a
to
small
be.
wedding.
Yes. That's why I'm changing. That's why I'm saying I'm changing the idea around like a normal wedding.
Yeah.
So a very small, intimate ceremony where it's just us, and then a big reception. My idea that you can't fucking steal is instead of like tables, you know, where you all get dinner, hibachi grills. How cool!
That's
And then it's
not-
entertaining.
That also sounds like something that you really need to watch how much alcohol people are consuming pre the wedding.
Drink more, have fun.
And burn the fuck out of your
burned.
hand.
Yeah.
Make sure that
it's a
all the
memory.
grills are off.
Okay, you know
Yeah.
what? I didn't think about
This fucking scar I got on my arm is from this burn. Is this from this girl's wedding?
From
Yes,
the
it was.
wedding.
It was a good time though.
Memories,
Good time.
yeah.
Good time.
that. Memory. It's like a tattoo.
I don't know. Again, wedding means different things to different people.
Of course.
It's just, I mean, it all depends. It all
You can
depends.
make it. Yeah, I
It
like
depends.
that.
I mean, if you grew up a certain way, then I mean, if you grew up religious, then you have that concept of you can't have sex before you get married. That type of shit. Like that stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff
very
builds on your psyche on
ingrained.
certain things. You know what I'm saying? It just it gives you a purpose for marriage.
Yeah.
For me, again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it. If one
I
day it
feel
happens
like
for me, it's gonna
get
happen.
married just to do all that stuff.
Maybe, probably, because I like to.
Like that's
I'm weird like that.
He's so weird. He likes to have fun.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing you said though. When you said you're getting married in front of your friends or whatever, right? But why? For their approval?
No,
Don't you show them your
part of that moment?
But don't you show them what you don't you show them the love that you have for that person all the time?
You need someone to hold you to it.
Yeah.
It's just a celebration. It's a commemoration of you guys being together, and you kind of, again, it's the meeting. You add to it. You know, it doesn't have to be religious.
I could save that money and take a badass trip with my so-called wife.
That would be your ceremony to celebrate your love. Either way, whatever
have a
works for you.
destination wedding.
Whatever
Less
works for
people.
you.
Why don't I just change my status and say I'm married and call it a day and just go on a
That's
vacation?
your ceremony. That
There we
means
go.
something to you.
And broadcast it on Facebook Live.
I don't think your
Save the money.
That's your
Get
ceremony.
married right here in this studio.
partners are not going to be happy.
With my picture in the back, right there.
That's what is significant to you, and that's
And
what
Arnold
makes you feel
Schwarzenegger's
like
there.
that. Go for it. That's your wedding. That's
And
your
I agree,
idea.
and that's what I'm saying. I think marriage is going to mean different things to a lot of people. Again, it's a lot. There's a lot to unpack there because again, there's religious beliefs, and then mind you, this is just the Christianic belief. Then there's Muslims. There's this, that. Those are all different outlooks on marriage. Then you have people like me who are not religious. Like we have our own outlook on marriage or whatever, or what it means or what it doesn't mean. Plus, I mean, again, that's a lot of debt too involved in that. I mean,
would you stop? Just do it.
Am I lying?
There's easier taxes that come from it.
You have one idea of a
Tax
wedding.
benefits.
A wedding could be going to freaking McDonald's as long as you like make it special for you.
I feel like I should tell the
you know
story
what?
of my wedding.
That sounds pretty
really
good.
quick.
Cater McDonald's. I love
I
McDonald's.
go for
especially when I'm drinking.
Go
I
on
would love a
ahead.
cheeseburger.
Everybody. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so how we did my
We're running
wedding,
long here.
it
Let's
was
go.
literally just my husband,
Uh,
me, our child, my mom, and my stepdad in a park in Chicago.
That's cute.
That was it for the actual
That is
wedding.
cute.
My stepdad is a pastor, so he was able to officiate.
Sure.
I believe actually my husband's father was there as well because he was in town from Russia. But it was literally just that small of a thing, super short. I kicked my husband in the leg a bunch of times because we were just goofing off through the whole thing.
Okay.
Like,
Nervous
we're
energy.
just being silly. And that was that.
Better say
2
yes.
years later, because I've got this gigantic family, we threw a second wedding so that everyone could feel involved.
That makes sense.
But the first wedding was literally the most expensive thing about it was holding a bouquet that maybe cost like $20.
Boom.
there you go.
It is affordable.
Stop
Boom,
making
roasted.
It's not an.
excuses.
I'm not. Oh my god! I feel like he wants me to get married more than I want to get married.
do.
I don't know.
Wants to
I don't
have
know.
a good time. Who doesn't want to have a good friggin' time?
You want to get drunk at my wedding? That's what you want to do.
Oh yeah, I'm
And
gonna
dance.
throw up all over the fucking place.
He's
and
gonna
dance
start
like
doing the Elaine.
Elaine, yeah.
You got to keep your hands like straight up like this, though. Like the old PlayStation games.
The tie comes off.
Anyways, ladies, anything else before we call it a night for tonight?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
For you two.
Oh boy.
What was the conversation you guys had where you guys were like, we should start a podcast? What was the conversation?
What was the conversation? My cousin was starting one, and then I told him,
I feel like I don't remember that.
and
I think you're lying.
yeah,
You're making this up.
No,
You're making this up for TV.
No. So
Really?
He
I don't
was
remember
our inspiration.
I don't remember that at
It
all.
happened a long time ago. It was
I
like
don't
a year
remember
and a
that at
half
all.
ago.
I don't remember
Really?
that at all.
I feel like there's always that. I mean, maybe it's usually, at least when I'm with my friends, and we're usually stoned, but you're just like sitting and then you're like talking and you're like, we should have a podcast.
So this is kind of what I think happened.
Funyuns
People need to hear
and
this.
Fun-sized Snickers.
I think what happened. I was more of the one that wanted to do this more than he was. Me and him, we've known each other since we were kids. So like we sit around and we talk shit. And even when we were little kids, we used to have, you remember, we used to have a little recorder, right? A little voice recorder. And when we used to do like stupid voices on it. Not stupid voices, but we would record it. We would record it, and they used to have like, you remember like a little tape recorder, right?
Yeah.
And they would have like two speeds. Yeah, and they would have like two speeds where you could speed it up or slow it down.
I feel like we gotta explain
something.
what a tape recorder is to some people here.
Oh my God, I was born in 1999.
Gen Zs. Oh,
Holy shit!
What year? 99.
She was born right before the fucking meltdown that was gonna happen.
Holy crap!
Y2K.
Dreamcast came out that year. You know how old Dreamcast is?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Dreamcast is.
Oh my God!
You don't need to. It's not important.
Oh,
Family Guy and SpongeBob came out that year.
Yeah, it did.
Jesus.
And it got canceled twice.
3 great things came out of that.
Family Guy?
Family Guy got canceled twice. Did you know that?
No.
Yes, it got canceled twice.
I don't know why I love Family Guy.
I love Family Guy too. It's one of the funniest shows I think I've ever had. But what was I saying?
Brain
Oh, so we
dead.
used to have. Oh yeah, so we used to have a little tape recorder, and it had 2 speeds. And what we would do is that we would just make up these commercials like of a grocery store or whatever in Spanish or whatever, and then we would speed it up and it'd be hilarious. And we would do this like literally like. I'd leave it at his house for a day. He would do a bunch. Then I'd grab it. I'd do a bunch. And then we would just sit together and just listen to it, start laughing our asses off, right? And people were actually laughing at this shit.
Yeah.
Which was pretty funny. And
have that?
I wish. I fucking wish. So that was that. That was a long time ago. Then when COVID started up, you know, we were all kind of bored, and I'm like, well, we sit here all day and talk shit anyways. Might as well put it on the internet and maybe somebody will fucking watch it.
My cousin started one. I was talking to you about it, and then we came up with the idea soon after.
I don't know. Whatever. It's one of those two stories.
It was like an Inception thing.
So then whatever. Then we started.
I put the idea in his brain, and then
we started putting stuff
called
together.
Manifestation.
Yes, it is. Then we started putting some money together,
If
put
you're
some stuff,
awake.
and there we go.
Inception if you're asleep.
Inception.
And then 2 years later, and about $10,000 less, you have this. You have all of this. You have all of this and 4,000 subscribers and whatever we
That's
get.
a lot. Well, this is the thing. I looked at your channel because you have 4,000 subscribers, but you're consistently getting like 4,000 views, which that's just a sign of growth. Usually you get a lot less views than subscribers.
I wish the fucking money was matching it though. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Are you
but little better.
monetized?
I am monetized. But it's very slow. It's very slow.
That's what I'm worried about.
It's very slow. Like you gotta have like for you to make a good amount of money, like you gotta have like 20,000 views or more per time. And if you do it live, even better. If you get like 20,000 people watching you at the same time.
You can go live on YouTube.
Yeah, if you after a certain amount of subscribers.
Oh, how many?
I don't remember that one. I don't know if I can. I think I can, but that's too much for me right now. I could barely handle this.
Risky.
Do this live. Hi.
Anyways, we're gonna shut it down, ladies.
Okay.
You ladies have a good time.
Yeah.
And if I offended you, ladies, I apologize. I didn't mean it.
Absolutely.
I apologize. Don't think of me any differently. I still try to be a nice guy. I apologize.
Dear God, do I just love calling you out though?
I know.
So much
you make
fun.
it
You know
so
what?
easy.
So much fun.
I love that you girls really attack me. I love it. That's freaking awesome.
It's friendship. That's what it means. That's what friendship means.
And that's what makes good content.
Yeah, it's good content, isn't it?
Anyways, you guys had a good time, yes?
Definitely.
Any last words? Anywhere anyone can find you guys? If you guys want to leave any type of social media, anything like that, where you guys can be reached. If not, say no. That's okay.
Instagram, Sarah, SARAH, number 3, KOPP. And yeah, SarahKoppActor.com.
Awesome.
Can you write it on the screen?
Yeah. Or I can leave a link on the thing.
Well, write it on the
That was
screen
so
I don't have to.
unenthusiastic.
No, I'm saying
So much
I'm
work.
going to say it, but I don't want to have to spell it out. You know what I'm going to spell it out.
I'll write it in the description.
Okay, if you want to follow me on my TikTok, it's always a good time. Oh, that sounded weird.
Take two.
Go ahead.
Take
Go
two.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. If you want to follow me on my TikTok, it's awesome. It's Rachel O'Cool, MUA. RACHELOCOOLMUA.
Love the name. Love it.
And
What the hell?
I'm spelling it
Okay.
for post.
Okay.
It's post. And then my TikTok is just Rachel.O'Cool, and my YouTube is Rachel O'Cool.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Come
Oh,
on,
cool.
see,
You get it. You get it.
I had a long day. Leave me alone. John, you're good?
Yeah.
Any last words from you? Anything about Arnold you want to throw
Do
in
the
there? real quick?
Arnold. Come on.
Yes,
do
you
it.
got to give me something, bro. You got to give me something.
No.
John, come on, bro.
No.
Give me something.
I can't do it on on the spot.
Give me a
It's not
Sarah
gonna
Connor.
happen.
Give me a Sarah Connor or something.
I
at
can't
least.
do Sarah Connor.
You can do it on the friggin' spot.
Come on, man.
Look
'Cause
right into that camera and say,
I'm not
"I'll
an
be
actor.
back."
I didn't go to
John,
the green card
close your
room
eyeballs and just do it.
The green screen.
Start dancing.
Thing.
Come on.
John, do
No.
it. Come on.
Dancing? Are you crazy? No.
All right, he's not gonna do it.
I'm
He's really not gonna do it.
I
We're gonna
don't
have
want
to.
to
We're
see
gonna
that.
have to.
He's
We're gonna have
damn
to
near
let
ready
him
to
go.
leave the studio.
Anything else, ladies? Or you ladies are good.
Good.
I'm feeling good.
All right, I just want to make sure I say I appreciate you guys coming.
Thank
you
you.
for coming out
Appreciate you.
and sharing your opinions.
Thank you for
And
having me.
we're gonna close out.
Woo!
That's gonna be our episode for tonight. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, everything we said is in our opinions, and if you don't agree with it, you can piss off.